I can't really say when it was that I realized they were trying to kill me. I can't really say when it was that I realized they were trying to kill me. But I think it was really around the time that I recognized there were really no black farms in the city of Austin, Texas. And it kind of tripped me out. And then I started to recognize the small things in the neighborhood.
The breakfast you're eating probably is not from Central Texas. Austin city leaders, though, are working on a plan to try and change that.
We have KXAN's Dylan McKim joining us in studio. Dylan, you talked to Austin's food policy manager, and he's pretty worried about this.
Yeah, he's very worried about this. He said as the population grows, more farmland is being lost to development, leading to a greater population and a smaller amount of local food production. Behind a thick canopy in East Austin,
I know.
a group of volunteers tend to the land.
Get our little plant babies going so we can get them in the ground.
The 35,000 pounds of vegetables grown on this 4.5-acre farm every year will be shared with people with limited food access.
Let's go in the greenhouse.
Francis DeVinny runs this urban farm called Urban Roots. It's one of 9 remaining urban farms in Central Texas, down from decades ago. Austinites get most of their food from outside of the county. A study by the city in 2022 showed just 0.06% of food consumed here is produced here. DeVinny wants that number higher.
The less food has to travel to get to you, the more nutritious the food is because it loses its nutritional value over time.
The city does too.
We're just simply tumbling forward towards a future that unfortunately doesn't include local agriculture at this point.
Edwin Marty is Austin's food policy manager. He says while the population grows, our food growth is stagnant. Austin is, on average, losing more than 16 acres of farmland a day to new developments.
As we see these continued growth explosions happening all across Austin, urban farms are often a target for development.
Marty and his team are creating a food plan, a vision to create better food stability in Austin, including raising local food production. DeVinny and her team are hanging on to their land. They bought it more than a year ago, and she's encouraging everyone to try farming, even at the smallest level.
Grow one potted plant on your windowsill that provides jalapeno peppers. That creates a connection for each individual person to their food.
Dylan, you talked about this new food plan. Who's going to oversee that, and how's that going to work?
Yeah, so it's a joint combination between the county and the city to really create this food plan, and they have just officially created their community advisory committee. It's a 25-member team, and right now they're trying to focus on the top 3 to 4 priorities of what to focus on in this food plan. Of course, they're actually asking for anyone in the community to provide any input on a food survey on a website they have created.
The gentrification, it just didn't add up. I mean, it added up, of course. It's gentrification. But really, guys, are we going to gentrify every little piece of shit ghetto community? Y'all can't leave them nothing? Okay. So I recognize that means you're just relocating people and creating new habitats for future generations to consider as gutter trash neighborhoods. Isn't that right, Roxy? Isn't that right, Zels? What I've been determined to do is this. We want to just grab hold of just a little bit, which we did, which we well enough did. And we wanted to turn it into a sustainable place for agriculture. Let's just give everything a blank slate, just in case some people really didn't believe that we were about that life. If you know, then you know. We got ourselves caught up with some really bad actors in the game. There was no way I could have ever imagined that an NBA player would be a part of some type of weirdo scam on YouTube to like sell out black owned small businesses, especially a small farm. Oh my God, there was no way that could have been prepared for such an atrocity. And who could ever foresee that a KWAME Brown would be a part of my farm journey? How awkward is that? But I digress. It's just something that's come along with the territory as you grow being a black farmer. You know, we face a lot of injustices, and this is just a way for me to document it and get these things out there. We want to get it out in the open. What does it mean to own a farm? What is a farm? Should I help other people learn to farm? Don't I have an obligation to be farming and just growing food? All these things go through my mind as I'm recognizing in my community they have been trying to kill me through nutrition oppression for hundreds and hundreds of years. What was I supposed to do? And what was I supposed to do? Wasn't I supposed to tell somebody as a United States Navy veteran seeing domestic terrorism go on in my community, especially centered around food? Wasn't I supposed to ring the alarm and be like, look, they trying to starve us niggas over here? When I did that, they tried to quietly sweep me under the rug, y'all. I promise the powers that be have possibly, most likely, set your girl up for total failure. It's like Mortal Kombat, total annihilation. They out to get your girl. So if I gotta snatch up every white chair that I got, that's what I'm gonna do. Because why? We have the right to grow food. It's gone well. It's gone well. It wasn't until I began to document. Actually, it wasn't until I rang the alarm and was like, look, y'all. They trying to kill us over here in Austin. They trying to take away our food security. Food insecurity, I guess, is a real thing. But how can it be a real thing if you're able to learn how to grow your own food and it goes through the proper economic channels? My honey told me I use my hands to talk to you guys too much, so I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna tell you guys what's happening here. It's the total annihilation of the black food pathways. Y'all are moving away from the food connection that y'all have with the black spirit on the inside with the melanatedness. You know, we can argue about if it's black, African American, you know, indigenous, all of that stuff. None of that shit matter if you hungry. I don't know. I might just be talking to my mother.